Kabam leak Falcon and Gambit abilities, Hellpool issue update, and Cosmic Ghost Rider goes for a fairer score. Yes, hello everybody, welcome back to the Marvel Contest of Champions news for Monday. Hope you had a lovely weekend. Now, even though I've changed some things when it comes to the room layout, and I'll talk about that in a future video, the fact is, going back to this YouTube situation, because I think this is going to be the final time I update you on this, as YouTube have made it very clear they don't want to help out anybody that's experiencing this problem. And for anybody who doesn't know, YouTube have said that invalid traffic is on my channel, although they cannot tell me what it is that is invalid traffic on my channel. This is something that the final thing about it is just, they just don't care. Completely understand how upset the situation is, reach out multiple experts, try to explore different options, please be assured they've shared the best possible resolution, which they have not, because none of the stuff, none of the advice they've given about preventing the invalid traffic, if it does exist, works. So therefore, I'm back to square one. And here's the thing, like, it's not just me with this. There's multiple people and it's growing. Like, I thought this would just be like, 5, 6, 10, 13 people, but it's like every day there's more being added to this. More people are adding to it, more smaller YouTubers, more smaller creators, and also it's surprising, even as of yesterday, there is someone that does some sort of like Harry Potter universe products review and Harry Potter universe kind of videos. She's been affected, and she's a small channel as well, just over 11,000 subscribers. And the thing is with YouTube is they are just very weird. The reason they got PewDiePie up as kind of an example is they shadow banned PewDiePie last week. Mostly his videos get out subscribers pretty well with, 6 million, 5 million, 5.3, 5.8, 5.7. This one here that was 3.2, PewDiePie was shadow banned, and as a result, none of his videos were popping up. Even after this, when YouTube Gaming said they rectified it, it turns out that some of his videos aren't going out to subs. You've got like the one that was affected by the shadow ban is 3.2, 3.4 2 days ago. And yet, videos and views fluctuate, but this is not kind of something of a trend which you normally see with YouTube. Either way, something is really going down with this. And as well, like, what was it, 2 days ago, there was this response back from YouTube saying, sorry for the this is another new person, this Olivia Cordell, saying, sorry for the trouble, we've seen similar reports and we'll pass yours along too, we'll update you once we know more. And it's like, well, Team YouTube know what's going on. I have emailed and contacted Team YouTube many times, and as well put on like social media stuff to contact them. But one bit of an eye-opener is this kind of like bit here. So Viv just says, I just got off chatting with support and they weren't helpful. That's because they don't care. They said things like YouTubers have become more stricter in detecting invalid activity. I still don't know what invalid activity is on my channel. And also she said she have a friend who works at YouTube, and he said it's maybe because YouTube took a hit during COVID and they're changing the way they pay smaller YouTubers. It could be a good point. Also, it could be a case that financial improvements with stuff improve November, December time, so I can actually, not see that I'm losing about, and it's like not, to give you complete context, this I'm losing about £1,000 a month, so it's kind of like, it's pretty major. And this is the final time I want to point this out. In September, I worked my butt off. I was reporting on Mutant Treasure Island, which was a massive issue, staying up late, like covering stuff. And that's the thing people want to find out. They want updates on stuff going on with MCOC. They want grind guides of Mutant Treasure Island, understanding events and stuff like that. And it's just here, that's showcasing where there was a loss of £1,000. I did the most views I've ever done in a month on this platform, and that's based on hard work. There's no kind of shortcuts, it's hard work. And you can see it came back, and then just like after that, it's just been this hit and miss that's just kind of like undervaluing the content I'm putting out. So I don't really know what's going on with this. At the end of the day, I'm done with this whole situation. It's just been a massive drain on my mental health for the last 2 weeks. It's been dire, and it's all about coming back to feeling positive, which is very difficult when YouTube are being so dishonest with telling us the truth of what is actually going on. You can support myself still by watching stuff on the second channel when we post stuff for Marvel Realm of Champions. I still haven't decided. The worst case scenario will be that I might have to take content off of here in future and post it on the second channel, but it means nothing unless you've got 10,000 subscribers, and I'm still back to the same problem. But this could all be sorted out when November 1st comes and YouTube start making money again, or decide not to skim money from smaller creators like myself. This will be the last time I talk about that kind of stuff, because look, I've done my bit. I told you a week ago I'll be doing some tests. I thought I'd give you the results. Either way, let's just get into talking about Marvel Contest of Champions and kicking off with stuff when it comes to Black Panther Civil War and Killmonger not #metal. So I saw this post spring up, and this brings out this kind of comic book understanding, comic book dissection and chat, which is good and bad in some cases because it can turn a little bit kind of like a bit stinky. But, you know, the fact is I think a lot of people agree on the fact that Magneto cannot control Vibranium. Vibranium's composition is very strange, as it's a metal that's from another planet, I want to say, or it's not of this Earth. It's difficult to kind of get an idea of the full composition, but especially from a point of what it actually has in it, it is nothing that can be magnetized. I don't know, there's always a fine line between these things. But yeah, there's like a good talk about the idea of like if it was mixed, if it was further composited, and the idea that if Vibranium was mixed with anything like a steel or like I want to say copper. I'm just trying to think of my magnetic metals that could kind of like mix in well and prove some kind of, well, ability to magnetize it, bend it, and do the normal stuff that Magneto does, as you can see in some of these comic book stills right here. Also, I have no idea who Kabam Valiant is, but Kabam Valiant was literally keeping the peace a lot of the forums on Saturday and Sunday. So, language, yeah, to kind of keep everyone in order. There's also an interesting blog if you do want to check it out. I'll put the link in the description. This just goes a bit deeper into Magneto's ability to bend different types of Marvel Universe metals. So unlike Adamantium, Magneto cannot manipulate Vibranium not in its pure. Vibranium is a rare extraterrestrial metallic ore. It has near mystical properties that allow for energy manipulation and more. So yeah, like that. I'm just gonna give a bit more on it, but there's other things about like adamantium, uru, and other types of metals. Link is in the description if you do want to check it out. Next up on Kabam be leaking. That's right. On Saturday, I think it was. We're all kind of like, what was the time? It was just past midday. I think I was just making a soup. I was making a lovely soup, and then I just like get this kind of flurry of kind of links to spotlights, and I was thinking, oh, have I missed like an embargo date for something? Turns out I hadn't, and no embargo date had been set, full stop. And the champion isn't even in the CCP beta for review currently. So here's the thing, this was crazy to see this. I just saw links going on everywhere. I just thought, oh, Kabam, oh. And I just imagine just like, you know, just sleeping soundly in their Canadian beds, and then just like, ugh, what's happened? Oh no. Yeah, so I think this is one of these ones that, because this has had an old spotlight being revamped, technically because the links exist, if it's found and they've made the changes but it's hidden, whatever. The fact is, they're out. So if you want to see what Falcon, which is a pretty good champion, I think I'm more interested in Falcon than I am for Gambit, but that's just because of like, I just think he's really cool, you know, and I think some of the changes are going to be really fun for some nodes that I know are pretty tricky and frustrating, and as well the damage output can really ramp up nicely. Also with the you know, potential rumors, and that may be the second video of today, is looking at what this special synergy is with coming soon. So teammates with Thor Ragnarok and coming soon. Should be for an interesting video, but I feel that I can't really put this into MCC News. I want to deep dive this a bit more, so yeah, look out for that. Gambit, yep, details of Gambit. Again, looks like a very fun champion, dealing with certain nodes, anti-thorns, you know. There's lots of kind of really kind of fun kind of link up play, which allows you to expand your roster or expand the usage of your roster, as that's something that Kabam have, you know, they've not done well on in the last like 4 years, but seems to be this year that they're kind of getting better. Next bit of news we've got to talk about, and that is the help all button. Now, that's the thing, help all, like, this has been a problem for a long time. A lot of players are just kind of looking to go, right, refreshing champions is an issue. There's also other things. I'm not saying that like help all is the #1 problem Kabam need to address. There's a fair few of them, especially from players being able to put champions in teams, you know, right the way through to game freezing. There's a lot of stuff still on the plate that needs to be dealt with. But definitely this is annoying if you've got to refresh for champions for versus and stuff like that. And also for energy, yeah, so that's a big problem at the moment. Some weird things with stacking, it seems, as well. But where are we up to and where we're going to be seeing any kind of improvements? Well, this thread here has not been responded to, but it does look like there's some positivity in that you're going to have to wait a week for the new update. It's really weird, isn't it? Like before, like one update done, another update is kind of well on the way. So yeah. There's an issue where platinum pool speed. We've seen all this before, but it's down here with help all. There it is. There is an issue where requesting help all in arena may cause freezing or may not move the specific champion to the bottom of the page. So yeah, that's the thing that's under investigation. So it doesn't look like it's going to be resolved anytime soon. I would say that needs to be resolved by this next update, which will be next week. And there's obviously some other stuff that's going to be resolved, like there's an issue where Magneto may apply armor breaks to non-metal opponents when they are bleed immune. Slightly annoying we're seeing that. I know a lot of people would like that to be kept the same, but yeah, it is what it is on this matter, and no update when it comes to network connection issues. That is still a thing that look, we're all pretty annoyed about for different reasons. So yeah, hopefully that does get resolved for next update, as it's been bad since, what, like a whole month now, so bad times. And now on to arena predictions. I'm safe in the knowledge that most of my predictions actually came true. In some cases went a little bit over the normal, but that's fine. It all kind of like worked out pretty well. So we will go over the results in a second, but just give you my predictions for round 2 based off the results we're going to talk about. The 5-star Cosmic Ghost Rider, 68 mil is my prediction. Cosmic Ghost Rider 4-star version, 12 mil, and Aegon 2.2 mil. Right, kicking off the results, and shout out to Black Knight for sending through this. 72 mil was enough position at 202. And why is this very important to showcase this? Well, you can see 100 places difference and 10 mil difference was enough for Des. Shout out to Des for sending this through. Position 300 with 60.700k mil. So yeah, 61 mil for this. Pretty impressive, and that's why we've gone with the predictions as it stood at 68 mil for round 2. Also, this is a very interesting one. This is the 4-star. This 4-star was got with 9.2 mil. Yes, that's right, and that's why I've gone solo with that round 2. First one was a bit difficult with the 4-star to understand where players might be going with it from a grind perspective, but look, 9.2 mil isn't too bad for a really class champion, regardless if it's 5 or 4-star or even 3-star. Now, I've seen reports of Aegon, the basic, going for 1.6 mil, but I don't know if it's 100% legit. So I just want to go with what I know actually, and that 2.2 mil seems to be a logical step, and especially for grind when it comes to your round 2. So 2.2 mil for the 4-star Aegon basic. In any case, just a quick note for me, I was meant to be pushing the button to do a complete rework of my office, but based on this YouTube stuff and the kind of losing out of a lot of money, it means that I can't push the button on kind of like doing things for the back here. And the green screen's up as it kind of like stops a lot of sound reverberation in the room, so that's something that I need to keep still. So yeah, some more changes need to be made, but it's going to take a lot longer financially to actually make any improvements. But hey, that is life. Thank you very much for the support. Make sure to support over on Rich's Realm, links in the description, and I'll see you all very soon, and check out some links and stuff. Bye bye.